Hello guys, in this video we'll be looking at the program 4 of the CN laboratory, which is about UDP. So you have two programs within one program here. One is about the client, the other one is about the server. So what happens here is, firstly the server program should be up and running, after which it will print out that it is a receiver, because in the client side it will print as a sender, and you have to enter a message from the client side that will be displayed in the server program. So yeah, both of the programs should be executed. So firstly you'll be executing the server program, then later the client program. So firstly we'll look at the client program. Firstly you'll need the header files: import java.net.star, then you have import java.util.scanner, then you'll open a public class that is UDP client, and you have the public static void main string arguments, and you have an exception, that is throws exception, after which it will print that it is a sender because it is a client. Then you'll create a datagram socket, because in order to pass the message to the server, so datagram socket ds is equal to new datagram socket, after which you'll create a scanner class in order to get the input. Then you'll ask to enter the message, after which you'll run a infinite loop in order to get the message from the user. So that is string which will be stored in string message, that is scanner dot next line. It will use that thing from the scanner in order to get the message to the message variable that is of the type string. Then init address, that is the IP address. Here you'll be using the local host itself, because you'll be sending it the server and the client will be running in the same system. That is why you'll use the local host address. Then you have the datagram packet, that is it will send the bytes of the data and the length of the message, and the IP address and the 3000. So yeah, that is the port number. Then you have the ds.send in order to send the message from the client to the server. So this was about the client program. Coming to the server program. So in server program, firstly you'll import java.net.star, after which again public class UDP server. Then you have the public static void main, which will have an exception again, after which you initialize a buffer, that is in order to store the message that is sent by the client. So you use a buffer, that is bytes buff, and it will you'll have a size of 1024. Then you'll print it as a receiver. Then you will have a datagram socket that will be created in order to interact with the port number. So in while true, it will run for infinite loop in order to print the message that is sent by the client. So we'll create a datagram packet which will have the buffer that is initialized to receive the client message, and it will receive, that is ds.receive dp. Then you'll have the string messages that you have to print. So new string, you'll get the data, and you'll get the number of connections. So here the number of connections is 0. Then you have the get length, a function in order to get the number of bytes. Have the get data as well as the get length in order to get whatever is being sent by the client. Then you use the system.out.println in order to print the message that was sent by the client. So this was about the program 4. Thank you guys. If you have